Hey friends, welcome to the Golf Access Home Cape Coral Market Update for April 2024. We have a lot of great data to unpack. The headlines have been ablaze with our increase in inventory. Yes, inventory has increased, but so has demand. We are finally getting back to a healthy level of inventory. Thinking about buying your piece of paradise, having your boat docked in your backyard, a day of fishing and island hopping in the Gulf of Mexico? Now is the time to take advantage of the many golf access homes available due to increased inventory. Sellers know that April and May are the time to sell and are willing to negotiate before it's too late. Are prices going to drop, saving you hundreds of thousands of dollars as we get into the later part of the year? Probably not. Prices may dip a bit in August or September, but you'll be choosing from the homes left over after our season. We are monitoring interest rates, and they are dropping as well. Expect them to be below 6.5% by May 1st. This is where you're going to save a lot of money. Okay, we have a lot to cover, so let's go ahead and get started. My name is Berry Cessna, your Cape Coral real estate agent. If you have any questions about buying, selling, investing, or relocating to Cape Coral, feel free to contact me. All my information is in the details below, and I can't wait to chat with you. Now, for those of you that are outside the area, we have a system in place to help you find your perfect Cape Coral dream home. So book a Zoom call to have all your questions answered. Let's get started. Welcome to the market update for April 2024 for Golf Access Canal homes here in the wonderful city of Cape Coral, Florida. We're going to look back at the numbers for March 2024. We're going to go back 90 days to December 2023, and then we're going to go back a whole year to March 2023. We're going to compare the numbers, see how things have changed, and the direction that we're currently heading. So let's go ahead and jump right in. We've got a lot of great information to cover. First thing we're going to look at is market indicators. How do we know how the market's doing? We look at the numbers. The numbers tell us exactly what's going on and what we can expect for the future. First thing we're going to look at is inventory. Inventory tells us about the supply, how many homes we have available currently on the market, ready to purchase. Next, we look at median price point. Median price point tells us about the price of the houses. 50% of the homes sold above this amount, 50% of the homes sold below this amount. Days on the market. This tells us a little bit more about demand. How many days are the homes sitting on the market before going under contract? Closed sales. This tells us about demand as well. This is how many buyers we have here in the area buying homes. As that number increases, that indicates more buyers. As it goes down, that indicates less buyers, which would be a cooler market. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on. First thing we're going to look at is active inventory. So active inventory for March 2024 for Golf Access Canal homes here in the city of Cape Coral was 731 homes available for purchase. December 2023, we had 628 homes available. March 2023, 480 homes available. So we came down just a little bit from last month. Something to show you here, and what I wanted to tell you about is back in January, we had 260 new homes come to the market in January. In March, we had about 154 new homes come to the market. So the inventory, as far as new inventory, is starting to decrease a bit, and we are starting to see buyers coming in. We'll go over that here in just a few minutes over the closed sales. But as you can see where we've been for the last year, we did start here around 500, 480, and then we went down a little bit. And then over the last 6 months or so through the fall and into the winter, we did start to increase in inventory. Now, like we always talk about here in Cape Coral, we have a season where the majority of the buyers are here in season. So February, March, April, May, we see a lot of buyers here. We sell a lot of homes here. People that own homes here know this, and they want to make sure that their homes are on the market for when this time of the year comes. We've got a lot of snowbirds that come down from the north, and they're looking to buy. So as you can see here, we ramped up quite a bit from December, January, February, and March. Now, we did have a pretty good month as far as closed sales go, so we did start to see that number tick down just a bit. Where are we going to be next month? I believe we'll be under 700 in inventory next month for Golf Access Canal homes, but we'll have to visit that next month. So let's go and move forward. Median price point. So March 2024, we had a median price point of $795,000. December, $804,000. And a whole year back, March 2023, we had a median price point of $800,000. So as you can see, year over year, we haven't really changed all that much. The market's kind of been just sitting stagnant, not a lot of changes happening. One thing we did see last month is we saw this number jump quite a bit. It was around $840,000. And that looked like what happened there was a lot of the higher end houses were selling, the $1 million plus homes, pulling up the median price point. This is back to normal now. So as you can see where we've been, March last year, we were 800,000. We've kind of stayed right at that point, 750,000, dropping a little bit, dropping back up and then down. And right now we're at 795,000. So not a lot of change going on year over year. If you can time it just right, good for you. But right now, things are staying pretty stagnant. Now, next month, we're probably going to see the same. I would imagine the prices are going to be right around that, just under 800,000, right around that same spot. So let's go ahead and move forward. Days on the market, Gulf Access Canal Homes, days on the market, March 2024, 44 days on the market before going under contract. December 2023, 42 days on the market, and March 2023, 34 days on the market. Median days on the market. You look at the chart here, we have jumped up a little bit. We really shot up last October and November. Homes just weren't selling in those months. We had interest rates above 8%, which chased a lot of people off, kept them on the sidelines. Then we came back down in December, bumped up a little bit in January and February, and now we're back down again at this 44 days on the market. And I expect that to stay about the same for the next couple of months, maybe drop a little bit lower than that. Closed sales, this is where it gets exciting. So March 2024, we had 97 closed sales. Probably by the time that all the data is in, because I like to get these reports out pretty quickly, we'll be over 100 sales for the month of March 2024. We haven't seen 100 Gulf Access Canal homes sell in the city of Cape Coral in a single month since June of 2022. So almost 2 years ago was the last time that we saw 100 sales in a month for these Gulf Access Canal homes. So that's a good sign. That means there's demand picking back up here in the city of Cape Coral. Now, to counter that, in December 2023, we had just 42 sales of homes, of these Gulf Access homes. That's the lowest number in the last several years, just 42. So as we can see the chart here, we had some great demand last year for season. A lot of buyers were here. And then as we get out of season in July, August, we start to drop off a little bit. September, we had a great month. And then we drop back down again throughout the fall. As you can see, January, the buyers start to show up from the north. As soon as it gets cold up there in the north, they start to head this way, looking for that piece of paradise here in Cape Coral. And you can see the sales have picked up and they're just tearing right up. Are we going to jump another 40 or 50 houses next month? Probably not, but we will probably see 100, 115 homes sold for the month of April once we jump into that data next month. So homes are definitely selling. The good ones are being taken off the market. Now's a great time to look. Now, if you're in the market for selling your home, it's a good time to be in the market. Now, you want to make sure that you price it right. One of the things that I've noticed and a lot of the realtors put out is that data that you see about decreased price. 400 people decreased the price of their home last week. In a 7-day period, 400 people lowered the price, their sales price, which that really doesn't tell us much. What tells us the information is the price of the closed sale. When somebody decreases the price on their home, that just tells us that they didn't price it right from the beginning. So maybe the real estate agent that they were working with didn't give them the right data, or maybe they were just a stubborn seller and wanted to get these 2022 prices for their home, which have come down since 2022 about 10%. But just to understand, when you see 400 people decrease the price of their home, what that tells us is maybe it wasn't priced right from the beginning. What we're looking at is closed sales. So next month, I expect this number to be over 100, 110, 115, and we'll have another good April and May, June, and then as we head into the end of summer, we may see that number start to slump a little bit. Other key numbers to pay attention to. Sold price per square foot, currently at $404 a square foot for a Gulf Access Canal home here in the city of Cape Coral. That's median price square foot. List price received, 96.2%. This is something to pay attention to. So this is the number that the buyers are willing to get discounted off the list price, and what they're closing at is about 96% of the list price. Now, this number is increasing. I believe it was around 94% not too long ago. So prices are being priced a little better, and sellers aren't discounting their prices as much. Now, 4% off list price is still pretty solid. And if you've got a good agent working with you as the buyer, you can negotiate those prices pretty good if you find the right seller that that's wanting to get rid of the property as quick as possible. New listings. We had 154 new listings come to the market for these golf access homes in the month of March. Like I just said a few minutes ago, in January, we had 260 homes come to the market in preparation for season. So that number has decreased substantially. Not a lot of new inventory coming. I mean, 154, that's a lot of inventory, but the amount of new inventory coming to the market has gone down. Months of inventory, 7.5 months of inventory. So based on how many sales we had last month, if no new homes came to the market, every single house would be sold out within 7.5 months. Just to give you an understanding of how that works, anything from 4 to 6 months is considered a neutral market. Anything over 6 months is considered a buyer's market. So we are just barely into a buyer's market right now. Now, last month, we actually had quite a bit more months of inventory. I think we're at 9 months of inventory, which means we had fewer buyers and more sellers or more homes coming to the market. But right now we're sitting at 7.5 months, and we'll continue to be right there for the next couple of months while we have buyers here in the city of Cape Coral looking for their winter oasis. So is now the time to buy or sell? What should you be doing? Now, inflation peaked at 9.1% back in June 2022. Since then, it's started to drop drastically. We've been around 3% for the last several months, and we expect to be there. I know they're trying to get it below 2%. Is that going to happen? Not likely, but the 3%, that's a pretty comfortable place to be. Interest rates, November 2023, we were over 8%. We're now sitting at 6.88% with a target of 6.5%. Now, I expect us by May 1st to be right around the 6.5% mark. And like I've been saying the last several months, once we hit that 6.5% mark, a lot of these buyers that are sitting on the sidelines waiting, maybe they can't afford the house they want because interest rates are too high and the monthly payment's going to be too high. They don't qualify. Once those interest rates come down, and I think the 6% is a magic number, they're going to be able to jump into the market and find what they're looking for, which will then increase prices as the demand increases. Unemployment is at 3.9%. Now we've been sitting 3.5 to the high threes the last several months. It's the lowest it's been in the last 54 years. So we have a very strong employment market across the United States. Supply. So how many homes do we have available here in the city of Cape Coral? So we have single family homes. We have 2,856 single family homes available in the city of Cape Coral. And yes, inventory has increased quite a bit. Year over year, we've increased 59%, which is a big number, and we should pay attention to what's going on. Inventory increasing tells us more supply. Last year in 2023, we had a locked market. People weren't selling, people weren't buying. It was a challenge, but now people are starting to loosen up. They're starting to, not to mention we had Hurricane Ian last year, which really put us into a bind as well as far as having homes available or even inventory available to put on the market. So as we got away from the hurricane, we got an interest rate started to come lower a little bit. More people were putting the homes on the market, and they're accepting the new norm of these higher interest rates. We're currently at 2,856, 59% year over year increase. But we're still right around where we were pre-pandemic levels. So we're getting back to what I would call a healthy market for buyers and sellers. And ultimately, that's the goal, is to have a healthy market where buyers have the choices that they need and sellers are able to sell their homes without them sitting on the market forever and ever. Demand. This is where it gets exciting. And I know Cape Coral is on fire. And you hear a lot of naysayers talk about how Cape Coral is going to be a ghost town, that everyone's going to move away, they can't afford to live here. And that's just far from the truth. I've seen millions and millions of dollars being put into Cape Coral, from people coming in and building these huge apartment complexes all over the city to these new developments near Bimini Bay Basin, as well as the Cove on 47th Terrace. All kinds of new things going on. They're getting ready to do the 7 Islands development there in Northwest Cape Coral. In anticipation, our population is currently at 231,000 people. For the 2020 survey, we had under 200,000 people. In the next 6 years, we're expected to be at 250,000 people here in the city of Cape Coral. We don't have enough houses for all these people. So that's why we have builders here building homes like crazy in anticipation for the arrival of our new residents. By 2050, we're expected to be at 320,000 people in our population here in the city of Cape Coral. So if you're concerned about buying now because property values are going to go down, I can assure you that over the next several years, our population is going to increase so much, increasing prices as well, because the demand is huge for Cape Coral. And that concludes this update for April 2024 for Golf Access Canal homes here in the beautiful city of Cape Coral. Now, if you have any other questions about buying, selling, relocating, or investing here in Cape Coral, go ahead and reach out to me. All my information is in the details below, and I can't wait to chat with you. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day, making realty dreams a reality here in Cape Coral.